my channel. My name is Amy and I am here with some Amazon reviews. So I am a member of the Amazon Vine program. So they have sent me these items for free in exchange for a written review. I can pick out up to 3 items a day. So first, Ferret Flush. So I have got the links to all of these products in the description below. And if you see anything that you find is interesting, I really appreciate you using my link. I believe I can earn a small commission if you purchase with my link, and it does not cost you anything. So that's just another way you can help support the channel. So, welcome back. I took the last half of October off. I did a ban on social media, and not that I consider YouTube social media per se, but specifically I took a ban from scrolling through Instagram, TikTok, and X. I needed a break mentally, mental health break, and now I'm back. So you open the box and it looks like this. So you get a Ferret Flush, Yes, Ferret Flush sticker and a thank you card. And it is, they are a small family-run business founded in 2021. And they've got their Instagram handle on here, their website. I'm trying to see, they've got, you know, some things handwritten on here. I was trying to see if that was actually, you know, like, are they packing this themselves? Did they write that themselves? And there is a 20% off coupon code if you would rather order it from their website instead of Amazon. I don't know what this is because this was a Jason pick, but it's nicely packaged, so it looks like it's a game. And let me get my handy dandy box cutter. So, how you guys been? I am feeling better. Sometimes things just get overwhelming in life, right? I am no longer the nice neighbor lady from my mom. Now I am just a stranger. So that has created some unpleasant things, but I still love her, obviously, and it's just the way the game works when you have a family member with Alzheimer's. Okay, so this is a card game for creatures who like to dig a little deeper. It says that it only takes 15 minutes to play, and you can have 3 to 6 creatures playing at a time, ages 7 plus. Ew. Okay, so it says, did you know that before us ferrets became household pets, we were used to flush out underground vermin? Well, we have a lot of moles in my neighborhood, so maybe we need some ferrets. All right, how to play. Play cards with thoughts, feelings, and actions that fit the situation. Win points by getting Ferret to pick your cards. Okay, so it's one of those kind of games where maybe you get dealt a certain number of cards, and then whoever the dealer or whatever is for that round has a card, and then it's a thought card, and then you decide which one of your weird cards you want to give them to go with their thing. I'm not explaining this very well, but but let me open I was trying to see if they had easy instructions on there, but you get 2 decks of cards. What is the difference? Play cards, and I don't know, there's just 2 different decks here. So We've got the holidays coming up. Holidays are a great time for family games, especially if you have a lot of people coming over for the holidays. All right, so this has a little card telling you about the creators of the game. To win, collect situation cards to earn points. At the end of the adventure, the creature with the most points wins. So there's 40 situation cards and 65 play cards. Well, here's the play cards. So what's the situation? And these are good quality cards. So this situation says, every time I have to pee, I sing. And so the other players look through their play cards and okay, well, do these all say the same thing? No. They have different, there's a thought, a feeling, and an action on here. So let's say our card really was, every time I have to pee, I sing. And so somebody might say, action, drink it up. Or, ew, that scares me. That makes me feel afraid. Or, I'm out of here. So there's directions somewhere. And okay, well, I should read the instructions, right? So that if you're interested in playing this. Ferret Flush fosters emotional well-being by opening up honest conversations about our inner world, how we respond to life situations, and why. Explore and investigate deeper in the safe, stress-free context of play. We ask each other, why did you choose that card? What would you actually think, feel, or do in this situation? What's an interesting situation you've been in? How did it make you feel? The rules in this guide for Ferret Flush Junior are different from the original, but any of our packs can be played using standard Junior or 2-creature guides. And there's more at ferretflush.com. So yeah, so I don't think I did a very good job explaining how to play this card. Okay, here's round 1. Dealer is the first ferret. Ferret turns up the top situation card and reads it aloud. All creatures minus the ferret pick a play card from your hand with the best thought for the situation. Pass play cards face down to the ferret and draw a new play card. Ferret reads each thought out loud and picks their favorite. So it was what I was thinking. It's just that each of these play cards has 3 different rounds. So the first round you're doing the thought. And if the ferret picks your card, you get to collect the situation card and earn a point. Excuse me. So then once everybody's had a turn on the thought, being the ferret for the thought, then everybody gets a turn being the ferret for the feeling. And so then you would pick whichever play card had the best feeling that you thought went with the situation card, etc. So those are good. Those are really good games. They tend to be good games for kids and adults because, like, if you're looking for a good game to play with kids and adults mixed, that's a good game. Because a lot of times, you know, like trivia, that's not a good game always for kids unless it's kids trivia and then the adults get bored. So that's a good one for everybody. So the price on that, if you wanted to buy it on Amazon, is there we go. $24.99, and it's available for Prime 2-day shipping. All right, the next, let me get this put back in here. But they did a really good job packaging, and I like that they have a little sticker. It's neat seeing new companies, especially, you know, mom and pop kind of companies. I'm an Etsy dealer, seller, whatever you want to call it. So I understand how hard that is to get things going. And to get it going at that level is awesome. I think they've done a really good job. All right, the second product for this video is a trump marker. So if you like to play euchre, this is specifically for euchre. My family, I've grown up playing euchre, all different kinds of euchre. And usually if you're playing four-handed euchre, you'll use 6s and 4s as your point counters to count to 10. And I don't know, as I get older, it's harder to remember whose turn it is and how many, well, or if you have animals or something and they jump up on the table and they move your point counter, maybe you won't remember. I don't know. But anyway, this is a cute little tin that comes with magnets so that you can keep track of where you are. They're pretty heavy duty magnets, and you can keep your deck of cards in here. It would have been nice if it would have come with a deck of cards, but it didn't. So you have red and black team, and then as you say you get a loner your first round, you get 4, and you win it, you get your 4 points. And maybe black has got 8 points. And you can also then, if you're keeping track which team gets to 5 games won first, there is another set of red and black magnets. And then to keep track of what the trump suit is, especially I guess if the dealer has to pick up the trump card, then there's a little blue one so that you can mark which is trump. So then you would just leave this on the table, and it'd be a lot easier than having to have 6s and 4s. And if you're playing with a bridge deck, they don't have 6s and 4s. So there you go. So I thought that was a cute little item. But again, they missed out by not putting, they could have put a cheap deck of bicycle cards in there, poker cards, and that would have been a nice addition. So I'll probably put that in my review. Like, dude, where's the cards? So the price for that item, I love how I do that and then I just don't say anything because it's taking me forever to find it. Of something falling down there. Okay, go back up. It's $14.99. So again, for that price, it should have had a deck of cards in there, but it's a super cute idea that I really like. So maybe they'll get smart and maybe offer a variation of this in the future that includes the deck of cards. But it would be a really good gift for euchre players. And it shows a deck of cards, but, well, hold on. Oh, playing cards scoreboard. Let me just make sure that it's not supposed to have a deck of cards in here and that it's just missing. Board consists of a metal tin box and 5 magnetic scoring pieces. Okay, so yeah, no cards. All right. Now this next item is a weird one, but for those of you that know, in my Etsy shop do vintage and some non-vintage ephemera for junk journaling, and the pickings were getting super bad for a while on the Vine program because it was, I don't know, they did a big push kind of in the middle of October, maybe for Halloween buying, and then it kind of died off there for a while, and oh, and it also died off during Prime Days. So I think they had a big assortment of things that were available before Prime Days so that maybe they could get some additional sales during Prime Days, and then it died off. Well, it started picking back up again now. My presumption is for Black Friday. So during the days in between, the pickings were slim, and I do have to pay taxes on these. So I would be smarter to just, if I don't see anything I absolutely love, just not get anything. But I saw this, and it's random. It's medical recording chart paper, but this was a low opportunity day. So, but I got this because I could use it in my crafting life. So it comes with, okay, for any of you that have had a baby, this is the kind of paper that they have in the machine that measures your contractions, all of that kind of stuff. Perhaps they use it for other kind of monitoring, maybe for people that have had heart attacks, or I don't know if they'd use it for like brain activities, but it is, oh, it's you know, for a special printer, and it is the paper that gets used for the measuring, and it is perforated, it looks like. So let me go to the front of this pack, and I just thought that a lot of people like to use graph paper in their junk journaling. It is very thin kind of paper, kind of like, almost like a thermal kind of paper. If you have a thermal printer, it's very thin, or maybe even if you got pictures from ultrasounds, kind of that kind of paper. So very thin. If you were going to use this in junk journaling, you might want to back it with some cardstock or something if you want it to be a tag or a journaling spot or whatever, but you wouldn't have to, of course. But that's really why I got it. And I know that it seems like kind of a weird thing, but like I said, people like graph paper, ledger paper, that kind of thing. So this particular item came with, well, we've got this one. So a total of 5 sets of this paper. So when I do my review, I won't be able to review it for its intended purpose. I have no way to test that. But I do alternative use reviews, so I will review it in that respect. But this is fetal monitoring paper, and it's $16.99. You get, the paper size is 6 by 3.5, and you get 750 sheets. So that's a lot. That will last me a long time. And one of the things that I was needing a break from social media for was because I was just getting overwhelmed with ideas of how to process all of my ephemera, because there's so many ideas out there. There are so many smart people out there. And so I was just getting overwhelmed with ideas. And so I really needed to take a break from other people's ideas to see if I could figure out what I really wanted to do. And so I think that I got for my birthday a rotary blade cutter so that I can cut multiple pieces of paper at a time and it still look nice. And I think I'm going to cut down my ephemera to make ephemera tear pads or scrapbook pads with vintage ephemera. And so different sizes or whatever. And so though that paper I just showed you is obviously not vintage, but it can go in scrap packs like that too. So that's kind of where I'm leaning right now for how I want to use my stuff. I don't know that I've got the patience and the creativity to do a lot with making my own junk journals for sale, which some of you might be disappointed to hear that. But the door's still not closed on that, but I need to do some things that have some fast turnaround for all of the stuff that I bought. And I don't know, it seems like a fun way to share, because a lot of people, unlike me, a lot of people don't like to buy vintage books and break them down and all that stuff. And even if they did, you buy a vintage book and it's just a single subject. Well, I've bought a ton of vintage books and I can break them down and mix them all up, so you get a wide variety of papers in a pack. So that seems like something that I might be skilled at and have somewhat of a passion for, is really, I want to create the items that you guys want to craft with, if that makes sense. So long story as to why I got that item. All right, next item is a Bible case and accessories. So I got this for Galia. She had been asking for a Bible case, and a lot of the cases that we were finding just didn't seem like very good quality. And so we thought, well, this is free, so let's try it out. And so she was super excited. It's a nice, huge size. So if you have a big study Bible, it would work really good. It has this really pretty blue floral, kind of ivory as opposed to white background. And let me see, this particular item popped up again in my Vine, but I think from a different seller. And that seller had multiple designs. So let me see if this one has multiple designs too. But it is a Bible cover case for women, large Bible carrying bag with handle, study case with Bible highlighters, church book tote organizer. And this listing, it only comes in this design. So it's $23.99, but they do have a coupon for $2.40 off. It is a quilted bag. When I was a kid, my mom made me a Bible case, handmade me a Bible case of a quilted one that I still have, that's really special to me, but I don't still use it. My Bible doesn't fit in it, but this one would fit most Bibles, well, unless you get a small Bible, right? But okay, so it's got a zipper pouch on the front that unzipped really easily, and it looks like this kind of nylon on the inside. And Galia thought she was just getting the case. She didn't realize it came with accessories because I hadn't told her. So when she opened it to look at it, she was super excited about the accessories it came with. So big wraparound zipper. And you can see we've got several storage for pens, bookmarks, pads of paper. You can stick one side of the cover of your Bible over here, the other side over here. It's got some built-in bookmarks because Bibles never have enough bookmarks. Then we've got a mesh pocket over here and another pocket here. So plenty of pockets. And then the accessories it came with are the Books of the Bible tabs that you can put on. And then 5 pens, ballpoint pens. Now, are these different colors? Let's see. I mean, the ink, because ideally for Bible note-taking, in my opinion, you want different colored inks. So I'm looking around for some kind of paper to write on to test this. Okay. I'll try the green first. Oh, they come with the little wax cover, stopper, whatever. Sorry, this is taking, it was really on there good. Okay. Oh, it's black. So let me try one other one. Well, let's see if the blue is blue. But even if they are all black, there's plenty of room in that case to get yourself a 10 color pen or individual pens. Pens are so collectible these days, so it's super easy to get yourself. Yeah, okay, this is black too. So 5 black pens, but in pretty colors. And then multicolor sticky notes. These are really nice to use as, you know, to stick a little part out of the side, so almost like a tab. Oh, and it's got a ruler. Now this is, of course, you could, you know, get a ring binder if you wanted, and it would go in there. Or well, this would really, because they've cut out the sides, it would probably work on any spiral notebook too. But we've got some kind of neutral colors here, which is good because Scalia actually really likes neutrals. So it's kind of an odd assortment of colors in my opinion, but it's nice that it was included. And then a whole set of highlighters. Are they double-ended highlighters? I don't know. No, they're not. It's just they seem, some of them are going one direction and some of them are going another direction. So let's open this up and test a couple of these. Ideally, these would work well on Bible paper, but you should always test out new pens and highlighters. Go to the back of your Bible where they've got the concordance, or the weights and measures is a good one to test any of your pens and pencils and stuff to see if it will bleed through, because you don't want to use anything that's going to bleed. So I'll just take out a couple of these. I like that they are rectangular. They're very tight, so hopefully that's a good sign that they won't dry out quickly. Oh, there we go. So it is a chisel tip. I've got this progressive envelope, so I'm just gonna highlight over the envelope. Of course, that's not telling us if it bleeds through. I will open this envelope in just a second and we'll see if it bleeds through the envelope. And I'm going over them I went over each spot 3 or 4 times just to get it on there really good. And I would say that it did pretty good. The blue didn't go through at all. The pink I did go over it multiple times. So most people don't do that when they're highlighting in a Bible. They just highlight. So I think they would be fine. But again, make sure you check it yourself on the weights and measures page. And how many of these were there? There's 12 highlighters. Again, they look like very neutral colors. So if you're looking for something that's more representational of all the colors of the rainbow, perhaps you wouldn't like this, but these are, I think, good colors for Bibles, right? If you used too bright of a color in a Bible, you won't be able to read it. So those are all the pieces of that kit. And where did oh, there's my phone. Did I tell you what this cost when I looked up to see if it had, I did. It's $23.99 with a coupon for $2.40 off. So pretty happy with this one. She was really excited. And you know how kids are, they can be kind of picky. So the fact that she was excited about this was a good sign. All right, and then the last item for this video is a do-it-yourself lamp, a luminescent lamp. So a light board, basically. And let me get my cutter. So I think this comes with the lamp and then the markers that you would use on it. They're calling it a personality billboard. That's cute. All right, so it comes with 2 of these, yay. So you can stand it up on whatever surface you're gonna have it on. Here's the markers. Not too impressed yet with the markers, but we'll see. It's got a empty bottle to clean the board, and it's got a USB plug, and it's got this. So we've got a hook, you know, one of these Temu kind of hooks, but it's a screw, so it hooks to something and then sticks to the wall. You get 2 of those. And then you get your USB power cord with several different options. We've got one of them's power, and then it looks like you can go up in intensity and down in intensity. So plus and minus in power. And then this hanger and the light strip here. So let me undo this and let me see if I can plug this in. I can't turn the lights off, but we can at least make sure that this is working. And hopefully I'll remember to plug, because I'm unplugging my phone cord. Hopefully I'll remember to plug that back in before I go to bed so that I don't miss my alarm in the morning. Okay. The middle one is the power. Okay, are we only going to get red? Oh, so if you keep clicking the power, it changes colors. So we've had red, blue, and green. This is like a pink. This is kind of a turquoise. I know you can't tell kind of what colors these are. This is like a lime green. Is there anything I can do so that you can't? There really isn't anything. So sorry. And then this is white. And then back to red. Oh, then when you get to this one, then it alternates colors. So, okay. So how do I turn it off? Do you figure you just keep clicking and it eventually gets to the off position? It has a cleaning cloth, a couple of them. And then you have the board, which has a protective coating on it and instructions. So let's look at this. You're supposed to tear off the protective peeling or the protective cover. Is there any part that's already, like, I'm looking for bubbles to see if there's any part of this that are already coming up, because some of these are hard to, you feel like you're scratching. You'd think with these nails I wouldn't have any problem, but they should really give you a starting spot for these. It's not going to do me any good to test this, or I won't be able to test this for you guys if I can't get at least one side peeled off. All right, not getting that corner. So, how you been? How's work been? How have your families been? I hope you've been staying healthy. Would I have a tool that would maybe help me a little bit without damaging? I wonder if I could get it up around. There's holes to put the chain through. Guys, it's not working either. Doing a corner, so if for some reason I am scratching through, they make it look so easy to tear off the cover. Okay, I really don't want to damage it. Do I have anything else in here? I have my bone folder, which that's, I don't know why. Why would that help? Oh my gosh, you guys. So I filmed or one of the other catalysts for taking a break was I filmed a video and I lost it. It was right after things had changed with my mom and I could not get something to work that I was demonstrating, and it was just like that was it. I got so sad and I thought, this is dumb. I need a break. I think what's going to end up happening is I'm going to end up tearing my nail, because I had one nail break this morning, so I had to clip it. And I feel like, you guys, I can't get this off. It's like they've got a sticker here saying, please remove the protective film, but why didn't they put this, like, this probably would have, if they'd put it on the edge, I probably could have gotten it. Is that it? Maybe that. Oh, hold on. But yeah, so I was like, I can't be losing it on camera. I obviously I did not post that video, and of course it was a bummer because I could have edited it out because it was at the end, but like, I don't know, I was so sad. And then I filmed one like right after it, like a dope, I was like, I can't show either one of these, or I'm going to choose to have some self-respect and not show either one of these. Oh, I think I got a spot. I did. Okay. Let me get... Okay, I've got a spot open. All right, but it's still only on one side, and I think you're going to need it off of both sides. It's a really strong film. Oh. Both of the cats are under the tray that the tablet is sitting on, taking a bath. All right. I'm trying to decide if I think I can get the other side off too for a proper demonstration. Can you hear them licking? They're like licking each other's faces. It's so strange. All right, come on. All right, well, we've spent enough time on this. Let's just see how the markers look. I'm not gonna lie, they look like really cheap markers. Let's try pink. Fluorescent pink's always a fun color. Oh. So it's definitely, what do they call that? I want to say a chalk marker, but it's not a chalk marker. But it's like a creamy marker. And then let's do one more. We'll do yellow. Okay. So here we got 3 colors, and then this slides in, well, not, oh, I did it upside down. Duh, here are the, in case you wanted it to hang, the holes for hanging are down there. Okay. The ends are not different. All right. Well, maybe it's not supposed to slide. Maybe you're just supposed to put it directly where it belongs. And just push it down. All right, I don't want to break this because it's not mine, but I cannot, it's like I can get it to go in. Okay, it's kind of going. Okay. So I don't know, you guys. I mean, the light does sort of almost get up to here, but let's see what the other... Okay, well, this is blue, so it's, but yeah, I guess I guess not being able to do this in the dark is a hindrance here. But I think some colors obviously work better than others. Okay, well, there you go. So what did this cost? I will say, I do like the markers, and I think, I'm curious how those markers would work on black paper. And if they would show up well with a black light. All right. Yeah, I'm skeptical of this looking like it does in the picture, but maybe if it was dark. It is $17.99. It would be fun for kids, if nothing else. And here is how it looks in the picture. So it's cute. And I think the markers really would work this way based on what I did. It's just a matter of whether the light would really work like it's showing. But it would be a fun thing, you know, for a kid to use as a, you know, like we had Light Bright when I was a kid. This would be kind of, could use it as a night light. Adjustable brightness, which we talked about. I didn't, I guess, show that, but, and with the chain and the hooks, you'd be able to hang it on the wall. But luckily it's not glass, but I'd say if you're hanging it on the wall, if your wall's not really, really smooth, obviously make sure you clean the wall first with like some rubbing alcohol. But these need a really super, almost slick surface in order to really stay for an extended period of time. But yeah, I think it's a cute little, and if you're someone who needs like me, this would be good for my wall downstairs if I ever were going to film in there again, and I could just put a little note, a different little note on there every time I'm, you guys, the minoxidil's not working in that one spot. I think it is starting to work other places, but it is not working in that spot. Plus that spot is a lot lighter. It's a whiter color. Yeah, I get a little, if you can't tell, I get a little self-conscious. I did just shower before this video, so that's why my hair is looking pretty not so great. But I'm missing a marker. Where did it go? The yellow marker. All right, well, I'll look for that later. But that brings us to the end of this episode. The other thing is that my videos had been going way too long, so I decided I would not show as many things, but that didn't help. I'm trying to get around the 30-minute mark, you guys, and I talk too much. So thank you so much for spending some time with me, and I'm going to try to get a card to come up at the end of my videos to thank my members for their sponsorship of this channel. But I appreciate everybody that watches and likes and comments and subscribes, shares, all the good things. And let me go in. I haven't been in here forever. And let me take a moment to thank my members. And it's like, where do I go again? All right. I'd like to thank Julie, KT, Favorites with Laura, Darlene, Hey Everybody, and Pam. Thank you so much. And I will be back again with some more Amazon reviews, so stay tuned. Wherever you are, whenever you are, I hope you're having a great day. And until we meet again, take care of yourselves. Bye.